Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kate Semeniuk. I'm an RTT hypnotherapist, and I'm talking about the subconscious mind, about different physical and mental struggles, and what are the roots and the causes of these struggles, so that you can start to learn more about your mind. And when you learn more about your mind, you become more aware, and when you become more aware, you start to heal. This is the kind of a map, a roadmap for you. So today's topic is a very interesting topic. A very common symptom of anxiety or panic attack or seizure is a brain fog. So brain fog happens with many people. Many people experience that. I think that almost every client that I had who had anxiety would say that they would have a brain fog. And by the way, I'm only talking about psychology, not the biology. So please, doctors, if you see this video and you feel like, oh, this is not true, you just have to treat it with medication. Yes, okay. I'm just talking about the psychology of it. I am talking about the psychological roots and reasons and what brain fog can actually tell you, because definitely brain fog has some meaning. It has a purpose in your life. And some people have anxiety and they don't feel the brain fog. And some people feel it all the time, even before they start to have a panic attack or before they have anxiety, they start to experience brain fog. So what it is, let's begin. So as you know, brain fog is the exhaustion, the burnout of the nervous system in some sort of way. So it's usually when you are so tired, right? And your brain is like, okay, give me some rest. Like I'm done. So it might create that fog when you cannot think clearly, or when, we have this distorted perception of reality, even that. And sometimes right before the panic attack or during the panic attack, the anxiety attack, the worry, the constant thinking, overwhelmed feelings, right? Sometimes you have the brain fog just in the middle of something really important when you actually have to think clearly. That happens as well. We'll talk about those moments and what brain fog is doing for you. So usually because your mind is too overwhelmed, too tired, maybe a long-term stress, maybe some trauma, maybe some unexpected, very traumatic, emotional, time and energy consuming event that happened, right? Like an accident, a catastrophe, losing a loved one. That's also very emotionally draining, and it's really painful. So the person can experience brain fog. And usually your mind, it's just giving you a break. So brain fog is some sort of the freeze mode. So fight, flight, or freeze and pretend dead. So brain fog is very similar. So what it's doing for you is kind of like giving you this disorientation, right? You cannot think clearly because your mind is like, that's too much. Right? But from the psychological point of view, though, there are some moments that you can take into the account, and maybe your symptom, the brain fog, for you has some psychosomatic reasons. Maybe, and if you can resonate, please comment, subscribe, so that you can get the newest information about the psychosomatic and psychological reasons and roots of different problems and issues. So one of them is fear and helplessness. So one of the purposes of the brain fog is when you are in a very big fear. So maybe before doing something important, before the project, right? Or you feel a huge heightened responsibility for that. Maybe you have lots of responsibilities on you. Maybe you took a lot on your shoulders, right? So that's sometimes that fear, that, helplessness, that, I don't have any other choice, but the fear is kind of triggering you. So then your brain can okay, I'll just shut down. I'll give you this kind of disorientation, foggy brain, like you can't think clearly, you can concentrate, you cannot focus. So that could be the fear. Another reason is maybe it's a call for help. In some people, brain fog is when they need support and help. And many times, you know, people come up with this symptom, and it's a real symptom when they wait for someone to help them, right? When they're like, okay, I'm switching off, please someone help me, this is too much. So calling for help, for support, right? That need for support. Sometimes brain fog is talking to you, and it has the language. Sometimes it wants you to be cautious. So because you want to take some action or make a decision, sometimes a life-changing decision, like changing a job, you know, or transition and moving to another country, to another house, selling the house, buying the house, having a child, some big life-changing events, sometimes the brain fog is like, oh, no, be cautious. Be cautious where you're going, because you might make a mistake. So who was telling you that? Who was telling you that in your life, in your childhood? Think about that, right? Because it's going there. It's going there. So be cautious, right? So the brain fog sometimes is kind of stopping you. Be cautious. Another reason why is sometimes you're very curious. Sometimes brain fog happens in these people who like want to try everything. They're so curious about everything, about the world, you know, that sometimes it's too much. So that curiosity, right, the brain fog comes to rest, to give a break, because the person is very curious, want to sample this, travel there, take this, right? And then it's like, I can't get enough of life. And then the brain fog can happen, which gives you a break. So another reason for the brain fog could be that it is your intuition. This is one of the most fascinating ones. I love that purpose. And how I find the purpose is RTT hypnosis has an amazing tool. It's a role, function, purpose, and intention, where we ask the symptom, what is it doing for you? The role, the function, and intention, and what's its job for your life, in your life. And then it's such an incredible results and incredible answers that the people come up with. So they come up with, like, you know, to protect me, you know, to make me feel cautious, to, you know, to show me the way, you know, to make me feel stronger, to punish me. So many things, right? So many different purposes and intentions that I've heard in my sessions. However, when the person realizes what's the purpose of the brain fog, for example, then they become so aware that, oh, this is why. So the most fascinating for me is the intuition. Sometimes you are not following your heart or your intuition, or you're going not the right way, not the right direction, and your intuition will give you this symptom, the brain fog. The brain fog, like, oh, stop. Maybe you're not going the right way. Maybe you're not going the way you were supposed to be. So I'll give you this brain fog. Be less concentrated, be less focused, so that maybe you don't accomplish what you're going towards. So this is one of the most fascinating ones for me, right? That we all have this inner map. We have the inner map in ourselves that kind of shows us the way, you know, and even if something happens in our life, we're absolutely okay to go around and follow our path again. So that inner map, that inner roadmap in our body and mind, in our intuition, right, usually can give us some symptoms in order to, like, no, I'm gonna direct you in the right direction. So if you have a brain fog, if it's not something that is medically proven, right, or maybe it's the symptom of anxiety, it's a really good practice to find if there is a psychological reason for that. What is that brain fog doing for you? What is it telling you? Maybe to be cautious, maybe to take another direction. Maybe it's, you know, stopping you and giving you a break because you're too tired. So whatever it is, you can find that. If you can do that by yourself, that's amazing. You can absolutely ask yourself the purpose of that. Or maybe you can even trace back to some events and moments in your life. Or maybe you need a guide, and I can help you. My details are in the description. I'm an RTT hypnotherapist, and I usually love finding the purpose and intention of any issue, because it's such a revealing, such an incredible journey for the client. So I wish you all the best. I love you all. Be healthy emotionally and physically, and I'll see you in my next videos.